Hello children, hope you all are fine by the grace of God. Students, I need your cooperation to smoothly undergo this online session. So keep your English books, notebooks, pens and pencils with you. Children, in our last class we have discussed about the first chapter, that is Day by Day. Today we are going to start with our second chapter, The Surprising Buns. So, everyone open your English book 1, page number 8, chapter number 2, The Surprising Buns. The Surprising Buns is a very interesting story written by Enid Blyton. So, first of all, you underline the difficult words in your books with your pencils and write down the meanings of those words from your books with your pens in your notebooks. The surprising buns. Students, you know buns? Buns are a very sweet and small cake. These are very soft and these are made of bread. It is very tasty. The surprising buns. That means the story itself signifies something which is very surprising about buns. Let's read and find out. Mother Bustle is famous for her buns in the entire town. Grumple Goblin wants to eat them too. Does he buy them or steal them? Let's find out. Every Saturday, Mother Bustle baked some curranty buns for her brother, Policeman Plodalong. He came to tea and currant buns were his favorite tea time dish. So, there was an old lady whose name was Mother Bustle. She had her brother who was a policeman whose name was Plodalong. Every Saturday, his policeman brother Plodalong would come to his elder sister's house, that is Mother Bustle's house. Why? Because he loved the tea and the currant buns, that is the crispy and dried buns made of grapes. Those he liked very much, which were baked by Mother Bustle. Mother Bustle used to put heaps of raisins and sprinkled loads of sugar on them. She used to bake them just before he came and put them out on her kitchen windowsill to cool whilst she went upstairs to take a nap. So every Saturday, Mother Bustle used to bake those tasty currant buns, and over it he used to put lots of raisins and nuts, and she also used to sprinkle lots of sugar on them. And the hot buns, he kept them on a tray and put them on the kitchen windowsill to cool down before her brother comes and she goes to the upstairs just to take a nap. Grumple Goblin, who lived in the cottage next door, always knew when Mother Bustle was baking buns because they smelled so good. He discovered that Mother Bustle always went upstairs after she had put out the buns. Now, there was a boy whose name was Grumple Goblin, who was her neighbor. What did he do? Every Saturday, whenever Mother Bustle used to bake those tasty currant buns, he discovered that the buns were very tasty because they smelled so good, and he knew very well that after baking the hot buns, Mother Bustle used to put them on the kitchen windowsill to cool down. Each Saturday, Grumple managed to take 1 or 2 buns off the sill. At first, Mother Bustle didn't notice that any were gone. But when Grumple took 4 one Saturday, she frowned. Now, every Saturday, Grumple Goblin used to steal 1 or 2 buns from the kitchen windowsill where Mother Bustle used to put those crunchy buns to cool down. But Mother Bustle never noticed because she used to bake lots of buns, and if one or two buns out of those buns disappeared also, she was never able to find out. She couldn't even realize also. But one Saturday, out of extreme greed, Grumple Goblin took 4 buns. And that day Mother Bustle realized that something fishy must be there because 4 buns cannot disappear suddenly from the kitchen windowsill. Now surely I made more buns than this, she said. Oh dear, surely nobody is so mean as to steal buns from me. She was talking to herself and saying that she had made more buns, but is there really anyone who is stealing those buns from her? Mother Bustle couldn't imagine who could be stealing them. She was sure it wasn't Mr. Hoo-Ha who lived on her right, and it couldn't be the Grumple Goblin because he was always so well-mannered. Mother Bustle wondered what to do about it. Mother Bustle was confused because she had a neighbor whose name was Mr. Hoo-Ha. First of all, she was thinking that he might steal them. But he again thought that no, he could not do that. Again he thought of Grumple Goblin, the actual thief who used to steal. But she didn't blame Grumple Goblin because she knew that Grumple was very well mannered. Mother Bustle wondered what to do about it. She was very worried. Then she smiled a little to herself. I know, she said. I'll make my buns as usual, but I'll put some magic glue on top of them instead of that sugary stickiness. Then Mother Bustle got a very bright idea. Next time when she had baked buns, she had put some sticky magic glue on top of the tasty buns instead of the sugary stickiness. So the next Saturday, she baked a batch of buns and on some of them she sprayed some strong magic glue. She put this to cool on the windowsill. The others she put to cool inside. Then she went upstairs. Grumple saw the buns. He crept along quietly, keeping behind the bushes, and took 2 of the buns. Off he went to his cottage with them and put them down on a plate. But he couldn't put them down. They were stuck to his hands. So, next Saturday, Mother Bustle applied this brilliant idea of putting some strong magic glue over some of the buns which she had put at the kitchen windowsill to cool down, and she had secretly kept some other buns with her inside the kitchen, and then she went upstairs to take a nap. As usual, Grumple got the lovely smell of the buns. Out of greed, he came near the kitchen windowsill and he took some buns, but this time the buns got attached to his hands as they were already been put by some strong magic glue. By whom? By Mother Bustle. But Grumple didn't realize this. Gracious goodness, said Grumple in alarm. That woman has put too much sugar on them. They are as sticky as glue. He couldn't get the buns off his hands. In the end, he had to go out and ask Billy the goat to eat them from his hands. Billy was quite pleased to do this, but even when the buns had gone, the sticky stuff was still there. Grumple was shocked, and he was thinking that Mother Bustle has put too much sugar on the buns, that is why they got stuck to his hands, and he was not able to put them off. So finally he went to a goat whose name was Billy, and he went near the goat so that Billy could eat the buns off, so that the sugary stickiness could go out of his hands. But even when Billy finished the buns, the stickiness didn't go. Grumple was shocked. Grumple couldn't pick up anything without it sticking to him. He looked at his sticky hands and suddenly felt sure that there was some magic in the stickiness. He thought his sister, the artful goblin, might know a spell to take the stickiness away. So off he went to his sister's. Then Grumple went to his sister, whose name was the Artful Goblin, because he knew that his sister might know some spell to take the stickiness away from his hands. And who should be coming along the road but Policeman Plod Along, thinking joyfully of strong tea and currenty buns. He saw Grumple Goblin and smiled at him. Mother Bustle had often told him of the polite, well-mannered goblin. He held out his hand to Grumple. "Good afternoon," he said. "I'm so pleased to see you. How do you do?" Grumple shook hands without thinking. Then, to his horror, he found that he couldn't pull away his hand. "Hey, what's this? Hey, leave, go. Don't be silly, Grumple." "I'm not silly. I just can't help it," said Grumple, pulling hard. "Oh, it hurts. I'm stuck to you and you are stuck to me." So, that Saturday, in the evening, Policeman Plod Along was coming to his sister's house, that is Mother Bustle's house, to tea and for the tasty currenty buns. On the road, he had seen Grumple Goblin, and he knows very well that Grumple Goblin was very polite and well-mannered because he had heard a lot of things about Grumple Goblin from his sister, Mother Bustle. So, he wished him good afternoon, and Grumple also didn't realize anything, and without even thinking, he shook his hands with the policeman and they both got stuck to each other, and it was really hurting both of them. "Well, you will have to come along to Mother Bustle to see if she can unstick us," said Plod Along, and he and Grumple walked hand in hand to Mother Bustle's. Grumple didn't want to go in at all, but he had to. Mother Bustle was surprised to see the two coming hand in hand. Plod Along explained to his sister. Then the policeman, Mr. Plod Along, he told Grumple Goblin that don't worry, let us go to my sister's house because she might unstick us. But you know, actually Grumple was the thief. He had stolen the buns, so he didn't want to go inside the house of Mother Bustle. He was hesitating a lot. But he had to go because he had no other option as his hands were stuck with Mother Bustle's hands. So, Grumple Goblin was very much hesitated to find Mother Bustle in front of him. And Mother Bustle was surprised to see both of them coming hand in hand. That time his brother explained everything what had happened with both of them. "You see, there's some sticky magic on his hand," he cried. He said, "Can you do anything about it?" Mother Bustle's sharp eyes went to Grumple's red face. Oh, she cried. "I think I know where that sticky magic came from. For shame, Grumple, did you take my buns?" When Policeman Plod Along explained everything to his sister, that is Mother Bustle, she could understand that it was Grumple who had stolen the buns, and she asked Grumple that whether Grumple had taken her buns or not. Grumple's face became red out of shame. "Buns? What buns?" said Grumple, pretending he knew nothing. "Oh well, if you didn't take them, it can't be my sticky magic," said Mother Bustle. "I shan't be able to take it away then." Grumple looked in desperation at Mother Bustle's grim face. He couldn't be fastened like this to Plod Along all his life. No, he really couldn't. "Well, I did take your buns," he said, "but I'll pay for them." When Mother Bustle accused him of stealing her buns, Grumple Goblin first he denied. Then when Mother Bustle said that okay, then it might not be my sticky magic, then I won't be able to separate you both. Then Grumple was terrified, and finally he admitted his fault that yes, he had taken her buns, and he also said that he would pay for the buns. Mother Bustle poured some magic water over his hands and away went the stickiness at once. Then she said, "Well, Grumple, remember this. If ever I think you are taking things that don't belong to you again, you will find your hands as sticky as you did today. So just be careful." Mother Bustle still puts her currenty buns out on her windowsill to cool every Saturday, but since that time she hasn't missed a single bun. Then, finally, when Grumple had admitted his fault of stealing the buns of Mother Bustle, then she had put some strong magic water over his hands and the stickiness went away. And Mother Bustle told Grumple Goblin that if ever she could find Grumple Goblin stealing anything from anyone from anywhere, then she would put such kind of sticky and strong substance again to his hands that Grumple would find it very harmful and terrifying, so that he would never be able to do any such kind of bad deeds again. After that day, Mother Bustle, every Saturday, she used to put her currenty buns on her kitchen windowsill to cool, but since that time she had never missed a single bun, because the real thief was Grumple Goblin, and she was totally ashamed and also terrified, as she was strictly warned by Mother Bustle. So, from that day onwards, Mother Bustle's not a single bun had ever disappeared again. So, I have already told that this interesting story was written by Enid Blyton. So, students, I hope you all have understood this lesson. Go through this chapter nicely and thoroughly at your homes. Stay safe, stay healthy. So, this much for today. Thank you, students.